Good evening. This is Rodney with the Triton Wave Market Outlook for Tuesday, February 14th, 2017. And this is brought to you by Triton Wave Consulting. Triton Waves are early warning market timing indicators used in all time frames in all markets worldwide. And your disclaimer. So let's start off with the ES. This is the daily. This is a picture going back about 1.5 years. So this was the election night right here. And it came down and hit the minor Triton wave at 2064.75. And we are right now at an all-time high of 2326.75. So a huge move. That line held right here. It held back here, back in June of 2016. And this first wave looks like it's going to creep above zero any day now, and there currently doesn't look like there's any let up, but we need entrances and exits for trades during the day, so we'll take a look at that. All right, so for day trades, this is what I was looking at. On Sunday evening, this popped up here. It's actually this is the 377 volume chart on the ES. It actually slipped above zero just before the future settled on Friday. But it's not really a good idea to take a position there because you don't know what's going to happen over the weekend. But right here, let's stretch this out a little bit. This happened actually at 5:45 last night, after the market had been open for about 45 minutes. So it pops up 5 points, comes down, and when it hits this minor wave back here, and just to be a little bit more secure because it's overnight trading, we can wait for the second wave to kick in, which happened at 3:30 in the morning if you're awake. Sometimes I send messages out at 3:30 in the morning to all those people who want it. This captured a move from 23, let's call it 23.15, and then you take the first wave to get out at 23.20. So that's about a 5-point move. Now, this is considered neutral territory. This is not a short, even though it's going below zero, because this is above zero, this is above zero, and this is solidly above zero. So you just have to wait for the next move, which is, your waiting period is 8:52 in the morning until 11:38, and then you get back in at 23:24, and ride this up until this crosses at 27. So basically 4 points here and 15 to 21, 6 points here. So it's 10-point move. And for this, again, as long as this large, massive wave down here is above zero, this is considered neutral territory, and all these lines are stacked up on top of each other, and it's just doing a zigzag and consolidating, and the next move is right here at 23:26:02, and that happened at 1 minute past 3 Central Time, and it just went above zero, so look for more to the upside. Now the only thing that I don't like about this is, and I'm going to pull this in, is as this has been moving, let me take a look at a 377 tick chart, and this goes back about five or 6 days, and let's look and see what the volume tick chart on the New York Stock Exchange is doing. Not even though this went up all day long, the 233 tick chart on the volume, negative, negative, turned negative at the end of the day, negative, and barely above zero. Now if we move this to a, hang on. So now if we move this tick chart to a 21 minute chart, you'll notice that these are barely skimming above zero. And the deeper ones with the longer time frames, this has been basically below zero since January 18th. So even though the market is going up, there's no question that it's going up. The representation of the waves are saying that there's not a lot behind it. It's very thin. It's not heavy trading. So this could actually come down like popping a balloon. So you have to be very, very cautious about the upside. I would not use large positions because it's so lofty here, half or third positions. All right, taking a look at the ZB pound F, which is eSignal's version of the 30-year bonds. Okay, about 7 or 8 days ago, my target was this red line right here. It exceeded it by about a half to 2/3 of a point higher, and then immediately was rejected, as all these waves are still below zero on the daily. Wave 1, 2, 3, and 4. The big one is now, since January 31st, below zero on the long wave. Okay, on a smaller time frame chart, I've noted that that this has been in a downtrend on the 44 tick chart on the 30-year bonds since February 9th, and this it rolled into wave 2, it rolled into wave 3, and wave 4 hasn't quite made it below zero. So it did a dance between the minor wave, the major wave, the maverick wave, and just tossed in between them. So in a smaller time frame, even smaller than this, you can see where these bounces took place, and I'll show you in a minute. But now this is below the maverick wave, came down, came back up here. This is still below zero, so I still like this right now to the downside, and we'll have to see if it takes out these lows of 151. So this little chart here is a comparison between this chart on the left here is a blow up of the 144T that I just showed you, and what's going on with the 55 volume chart. So you can see that the turns are not as demonstrative on actually this chart here, but let me just show you what that looks like. You can't see the turns. You can't see the turns on these waves, but you can see them on the lower time frame chart. And if you just look at the cursor as it goes across, it starts right in here, and this goes below zero. So I'm going to and back. Let me squinch that up a little bit, so maybe you can see this. This might be hard to see. Hang on 1 second. Okay, this is what I wanted to show you. Okay, so this bounced off the maverick wave and went up to the minor wave, came through here, and back up into this area before it sold off again. On the 55 volume chart on the 30-year bonds, these are the plays right here for day traders. And this happened on Friday at 151.12 at 8:41 in the morning, and you exited at 152. So that was like 14 tick move, and that was shortable because it's in a negative negative downtrend. So that was 152 all the way through the weekend and last night until about 10 o'clock this morning at 151, 150, about a point. And then you can play the bounce or not play the bounce because it isn't a negative downtrend, but you play it at half size, half position, from 152 up to either 151, either up to this line at 151.10 or back up to the Maverick line, which is now resistance at 151.16. That's all I have. Good luck trading, and I'll see you at the next update. Again, this is Triton Wave Consulting. I am Rodney at TritonWaveGuy.com if you want to get in touch with me and to do some trading. I specialize in bonds and the ES. Good luck trading, and see you at the next update.